Hello, geometry. So today we are starting Unit 9, our circles unit. And to start our unit off, we are going to review some vocabulary. So let's get started. You can find this handout located in Week 1 practice. So the directions say use the diagram below along with the bank to classify each circle part. Parts may be used more than once. So we've got our word bank here, and we've got symbols here that we are going to have to identify on this diagram. So let's look at the first one. This is segment LQ. So if we go and locate segment LQ, we notice that this segment is outside the circle, but it's touching the circle at one point. So this would be a tangent. All right. The next one says angle NQR. So if we locate angle NQR, order matters, remember? So Q is going to be our vertex. That is that middle letter. Notice that this vertex is on the circle. If we're looking at our word bank, we've got two different angles. So this would be our inscribed angle. And that's because the vertex is located on the circle. All right, moving along to the next one, we've got arc. This is the symbol for arc, RWU. And again, order matters, so let's pay attention to that. So here is RWU. So the order tells us the direction to go. So this is an arc. We've got three different arcs to choose from. Since this one is greater than half a circle, which is known as a semicircle, this is going to be a major arc. All right. The next one is segment PN. So let's locate PN. PN is right here. It goes from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. We all know that as the radius. Next, this is the symbol again for arc. So we want arc MQ. Notice how it's different from arc RWU. When it's two letters, that names a minor arc. But let's check it out just to make sure. So we find M, and we go to Q on the edge of the circle, and that's our arc. And we can see that that is less than 180, so that is called a minor arc. So minor arcs are labeled with 2 points. Your major arc and your semicircle would be labeled with 3 points to help us know what direction to go. All right, moving along, we're going to look at point R, which is the next one. Now, we only have 2 points in our box to choose from. So we've got either a center is a point or what the point of tangency. Okay, so let's look at this. So point R is located here. It's on the circle. It's not the center. Notice that this line right here, ST, is a tangent line. Point R is called our of tangent because that's the point where line ST touches the circle one time. So this is called our point of tangency. All right, so we're going to do a few more, and then you're going to finish out this page, and we'll come back and check it all together. Oops, let's zoom out so we can see. All right, so let's look at arc QRN. QRN, and it's the arc, so we're going on the edge of the circle. We notice that that is half of a circle, so that is our semicircle. All right, let's look at segment QR and find QR. We're looking for a segment. So here's Q and here's R. Notice that both of the endpoints are points on the circle, so that is called a chord. So the chord is a segment that's inside the circle, that's in points or on the circle. Jumping over to the other column, we're going to look at point X. Okay, so finding point X, we see that X is the center of that smaller circle. So we've got line ST. So line ST we've already seen and talked about. This is our tangent line, and it's tangent because it touches the circle instead of going through the circle or being inside of the circle. So this is known as a tangent. Notice how it's different from segment LQ. So your tangents, your secants, those can be lines or they can be segments. All right? So angle UXY. So if we find angle UXY, that's in the smaller circle. Notice that X is the vertex. That's the letter in the middle. It's at the center of the circle, so that's called a central angle. All right, two more, and then I'm going to let you finish this page up on your own. We're going to look at segment QN. And right here, QN goes through the center P. We know that as the diameter. The diameter is always twice the length of the radius. All right, the last one. This is line UY. So let's talk about this. Let me change colors. So here's this line UY, and it's very important to pay attention to the symbol. All right, so since this is line UY, the line is going through the circle. So since it's going through the circle and it touches the circle at 2 points, this is known as a secant line. Now, if it had said segment UY, since U and Y are on the circle and it would be a segment, it would be as if these parts were missing, and that would be a chord. So we have to be careful with our symbols and pay close attention to the symbols to know what it's asking for. All right, so pause this video and take a moment to finish up the ones that we have not done, and we'll check back in just a moment and see how you did. All right. So go ahead and check and see how you did. And that is our vocabulary for our circles unit.